Hello there, my name is Bev and I'm the founder of Celebrate Living History. I'm going to share a bit of my story with you. So we're going to flash back to the year 2016. This was the year that I wanted to become a speaker. This is the year that I wanted to travel to the United States. So back then, I really had no idea how I would do that. This was my bucket list, this was my goal. And one of my major dreams was to make this happen. So I looked around and I thought, okay, I'll apply for scholarships. Okay, well, I discovered the Winston Churchill Fellowship and I thought, oh, this is amazing. Like, this fellowship will let me go on and complete my goal of travelling overseas and meet these amazing people to connect with who have worked with both young people, who have worked with both seniors, and have these amazing programs. So alright, I'll do this. So I went out and I researched and I contacted these amazing people and I was inspired. I wanted to move forward and make this happen. So I decided to ask for help from my volunteers, ask for help from my interns, ask for help from my journalism lecturer to make this application happen. So I did all that work and I eventually applied for the Churchill Fellowship. I pressed send and I wanted fireworks. I wanted something exciting to happen. So, that was a whole month, like quite a few months process. So after that, I was so excited, and then 2 weeks later, I got the message that I was unsuccessful. And I just thought, bugger that. Like, how can I still make this happen? How can I still move forward with this? So I decided to go, okay, well, I'll get 4 jobs and I will make this happen. So I worked in mental health, I worked in disability care, I worked in customer service at 2 major sporting outlets. I was pretty busy. Like, if you looked at my diary, every single day was highlighted, and without my diary, I would not know where I was. So there was even a stage where I went to the right workplace in the wrong uniform, and I was really embarrassed, but then I was very happy that it was at the sporting stadium because she had plenty of uniforms for me. But yes, I was very frazzled from November through to March, but I managed to make my goal. I managed to save $10,000, which enabled me to go over to the United States and meet these people that I'd been accustomed to, people that I was very passionate about listening to, and the goal of going to the United States and speaking at the Generations United conference about my love of connecting people through many generations through storytelling. So when I eventually got on that plane, it didn't feel like reality. It just felt like, oh wow, I'm actually doing that. And I think when I arrived in LA, one of the major things that I loved was that I was in an accommodation called Podshare. So this was kind of bizarre. Like, when I arrived from Australia, I was like very, very tired and kind of like, jet lag, that's it. But it was kind of weird. Like, I rocked up there, had a shower, and I just collapsed onto the bed. And I looked down below and all these people were excited and buzzing and, connecting with each other. And these are like entrepreneurs, but also people that stayed there and they slept there at the same time. So for me, having that introduction to America was amazing, to be surrounded by people that are passionate, but you're surrounded by these people who have these businesses that they've created out of a need to make their dreams possible. So from there, I went on to New York, and New York was amazing. I got to do an amazing interview at a Nota Maria with these Italian nonnas, and it was really cool. Like, I'd been emailing them and emailing Joe, and I was like, oh wow, I'm actually here in New York, I'm in Staten Island, and I'm here face to face with you. So that was really cool. Like, I got to see the nonnas in training, which is amazing. Like, the Italian nonnas, they were passing on the traditional cooking skills with the young student, and it was just amazing just to see that appreciation between generations and to have that nonna's skills acknowledged and also respected on a large scale, and also that people enjoy their cooking, that ordinarily wouldn't get to enjoy some home cooking from grandma. So that was really awesome. So from there I went on to North Carolina, Duke University, where I was invited to a museum symposium, and that was really awesome. Like I got to connect with museum professionals who work with young people, who also worked in connecting like people who have dementia with artwork, and not focusing on just the art or the story behind the art, but the moment, and in inclusion of that older person, making them feel valued, making them feel important, making them feel like, you know, that they were appreciated. So that was really cool. Like, even though I wasn't a museum professional, I was exposed to these people from all around the United States, and I got to learn from the top of the field. So from there, and also I managed to go back to North Carolina a little bit later on in my journey and actually see the Reflections program, which is part of Duke University, the NASHA program. And they had like a meditation theme, and the people that they invited were from like day centers or from nursing homes, and they come in and they just appreciate art in the moment. So even there was like no focus on the past, it was just focus on the now, and just giving them questions where they can just use their imagination and just be excited about, you know, enjoying the moment. So from there, I went on to Milwaukee, which is amazing. Like, this is the Generations United conference where I had the opportunity to speak about Celebrate Living History in front of these professionals who work with young people, who work with seniors, who work with generations, and that was really amazing. Like, but my talk was right at the end of the day. So these people, they were tired, they were sleepy, and they come to me going, oh my gosh, alright, so I have to wake these people up. So it was hard being at the end, but it was exciting to be able to wake these people up, to be able to get them enthusiastic. When I started my talk, I started talking about where I was staying in Milwaukee and my very first impressions of Milwaukee. And I didn't stay in this main city centre. I stayed a few streets away at Airbnb. My very first day, I was walking down the street and I was a bit scared. Like, I saw these people arguing in the street and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a bit scared, but I really want to go to the dollar store. So I'm like, oh bugger this, I'll go to the dollar store. And in amongst all this chaos, I saw this amazing picture of this phoenix in a way, and it was just rising above all that chaos, above all that excitement. It was like, well, in amongst all this chaos, if something of beauty can be made, then it's not so bad. And then I compared this wonderful bird to myself, and I'm like, in amongst all these barriers that I've faced, I'm still passionate, I'm still moving forward with what I want to do with my dreams. And if you want to move forward, if you want to do something, then you can just do it, regardless of any barriers. Barriers are the meaning to make you want to do that. So if you don't go past your barriers, it means that you're not really passionate about it. If there's something in your way, you just keep going, and you keep going till you get there. So I hope that I inspired the delegates to just keep going, to not give up, to make their dreams happen. Talking about Fury Birds, I also managed to meet up with Megan Jane in Atlanta, which was amazing. Like, she is the founder of Ageless Interaction. She also has these amazing murals that she creates, and she was just the most, like, she had so many, like, you know, innovative, like, plans to world dominate, which is kind of cool. Like, she has like this jewelry, she has these painting classes with the seniors that I managed to join her on, and one of the important lessons that I learned from being with Megan was to, appreciate who you're with. Having a background in personal care, I felt like I had to achieve this creation of a flower which Megan was painting, and I was next to someone who had she was on the high scale of having Alzheimer's, so she was there, but it was hard for her to focus on creating the flower, and I felt like doing the flower for her. But then Megan was like, no, just stop it. Just let her be who she is. So, and it was kind of cool, just let her be who she is, let her talk to everyone, anyone, and just not focus on the end goal, just focus on being on the moment. So I think one of my main lessons I've learned from traveling overseas is that, you don't have to focus on the end goal. You can focus on the moment, you can focus on what you want to achieve. And I hope that I inspire you to keep going for your goals, like even if there are barriers in front of you, just to move forward and make your dreams happen, because it's up to you. The only barriers is yourself. You can go beyond that. All right, thank you for listening. Cheers.